will drop their either their first or their last name. They will only be known by one name, over time. And sometimes it makes sense, other times it's really stupid.
Right, right.
So yeah, it's just, I mean, they had a guy named Keith Lee, and this dude is a house of a man, right? And he's crazy athletic for the size he is. I mean, picture like a nose tackle um that can like literally leapfrog a guy,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
right? This dude's like three, was he like 380 or something? I mean, he's a big dude. He was like a power lifter kind of guy, and got all the charisma in the world over like gangbusters in NXT, right?
Right.
They bring him up to Raw. They changed his outfit. They changed his music, and everybody was like, "What the fuck are you
Yeah, why
doing?
would
Like
you do
this,
this to us?
you just ruined all the things." And then they ended up cutting this guy, and I'm like, dude, this guy's a star, right? Like this is a guy, but he's not like ripped. And Vince always likes beefy boys.
Yeah,
He
he
doesn't
loves
like
his
fat,
sexy dudes.
even though Keith Lee is crazy strong. Like I said, he's like power man or power lifter big.
Right.
He's not, or like I said, like an offensive lineman kind of big, where they're not cut. They're just
Yeah,
big
just big
and
ass
massive.
dudes.
Yeah. And this dude's, like I said, he's got all the things you want. He's great on the mic. He's athletic as hell. He's powerful. And they cut him. And he's in AEW now. And, as soon as he came out, you know, he's back to wearing what he used to wear and going by Keith Lee. And because they changed his name to Bearcat at one point too.
That's so
I
cool.
forgot that. Yeah. And everybody's just like, what?
What is a bear cat? I don't even know.
The mascot of the Cincinnati University of
Is this an
Cincinnati.
actual
That
animal?
I don't know.
Well, now I gotta
A
find out
bar
about it.
cat. Yeah, it probably is.
I've never
But
heard
anyway,
of a bear cat before. I mean,
but
besides, you're
it's
right.
just
Besides Cincinnati,
right. It's just stupid.
yeah.
You know, and it's like, how do you not just get the fuck out of the way?
Bear cats are, AKA the binturong.
All right.
It looks like some sort of fucking weasel rodent thing, like a badger or
Oh,
some shit.
well, that makes sense to call a man who's like 380 pounds.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
says it's agile like a cat on the canopy and last adept on the ground, walking
Oh,
flat-footed like a bear.
that's why. Because he's agile as fuck.
There you go.
Like I said, dude, his size, he's got no business moving around like he
the
does.
bear cat.
So, okay, that's why then. All right. But, so, well, real quick, while we're on wrestling, I got like two quick stories about this dude on SmackDown this past week. A guy who goes by the name of Big E,
Yeah.
got oh shit, what is it? I can't remember what type of suplex it was. He got suplexed, anyways, came down on his head,
That's never good.
broke his neck,
Oh, jeez.
and from what I'm reading, is real lucky because where it broke a lot of times equals paralysis if it's a full separation. But thank God he didn't it didn't break all the
Right.
way. But he won't have to have surgery. But there is also a chance that this may be the end of his
That
career.
sucks.
Yeah. And he's another one that's, like a power lifter dude. He's a big beefy boy and all the charisma in the world. On the upside, because he has all the charisma in the world, they could still keep him around as a personality because he's part of that. I'm sure you've heard me talk about the tag team, the New Day.
Yeah.
He could just be their manager basically and just come out with them and, whatever. So at least even if he can get back to that, at least, maybe he can still have a livelihood. Although he's talked for years that he didn't, he only wanted to wrestle till he was like 40. And then he said he was pretty much going to retire.
Out.
And unfortunately, might be one of those sad states. Like I said, thank goodness he's okay as far as, he's not paralyzed. He's got all his movement. Right. He doesn't have to have surgery. So that's good. It's just, I was reading earlier, though, a sports doctor was talking about how those type of injuries generally don't heal all the way, which means you're susceptible to, like if you took a bad bump again, it could
So
paralyze
no
you.
more suplexes in this dude's future.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. The doctor even said he's like it'll all depend on how it heals, basically. But this could be the end of his career, which would really suck. He's a been a great talent for him, but more so you just hate to see anyone's livelihood taken away from
Like
him.
you were saying, I'm sure he's got a future in there if he's got big
Yeah,
personality.
he
They'll
really
just put him
does.
somewhere else. At least I
Yeah,
would hope.
so I
I
would
hope
hope
it
so
wouldn't be
too.
like,
Yeah.
you're
Well, it's like,
fired.
well, what's weird about that is, you remember William Regal, right?
Yes, I do.
So for the last X amount of years, he's been the general manager of NXT, and he's great in the role. Because I don't know if you remember, you were watching wrestling when he was like the general manager on Raw or SmackDown or something, didn't you?
I'm gonna give you a maybe because I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Well, he was the take no bullshit kind of guy, and when someone got in his face, he would put him in a bad situation to kind of teach him a lesson. It was a good, not a bad guy role, but just a good general manager kind
Right.
of role. And he did that on NXT, and the crowd loved him every time he came out and all that stuff. Well, WWE let him go when they rebooted NXT because they're not going with the general manager role there, which blew my mind though because he's also an amazing like scout and trainer because he's one of those guys. I read that apparently he used to teach a class on just how to pin guys depending on where you're at in the ring and stuff so that it's more believable that they could or could not get their foot on the rope or kick out or whatever. Just the little things that make the matches better,
Interesting.
And like one of the guys I saw recently or a year or so ago in NXT, I realized that whenever you would, roll the guy up and pull his leg, he would lock his hands. You don't ever see anybody do that, but I'm like, that makes so much sense, right? Because if you were literally trying to pin someone that way, locking your hands would make it a lot harder for them to kick out because hands are locked, So shit like that. Anyway, so they cut Regal. He's now in AEW and as a manager for a couple of guys, and he alluded to not having much time left. And I guess years ago in his book, he talked about how he almost died at one point from substance abuse. And I guess this Tuesday, I think the new Jericho podcast is going to drop with Regal, and I guess he's supposed to talk about it.
Interesting.
So I was like, holy shit, dude, I hope he's not going to die. Like, I mean, obviously he'll die at some point, but you know what I mean? I hope he's not. I hope he doesn't have like, liver cancer or something like that.
You never know, though, honestly.
Yeah. But along the same lines, Scott Hall had like 3 heart attacks yesterday and is apparently on life support. I know. I was like, fuck. Like, not the bad guy.
Although, in hindsight, it makes me realize, why it wasn't the reboot that got rid of William Regal for AEW or NXT. It was because they're like, we're not covering his health insurance.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? If this podcast drops Tuesday and he goes, yeah, blah blah blah, let Vince know, and then blah blah. I mean, it's gonna really make WWE look like shitheads. Like, dude, you cut a guy who's gonna die in 6 months, or you know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. And he would love that job. Like he was talking about it on AEW TV a little bit, and he's choking back tears.
Right.
Like you can tell he loved that job. He got to a point that he really embraced the whole, helping the next generation, because he loves the business, So yeah. But anyways, Scott Hall's in a bad way apparently. So yeah, he had a hip replacement and got a blood clot that led to 3 heart attacks,
Jesus
apparently.
Christ.
Yeah. And again, though, it's weird because, he's had a bad heart for a while. That's why, like, his physique went downhill for a while. Because remember in that documentary, he talked about it a little bit. Like, he couldn't hit the gym because of his heart. And, again, a guy who led the party lifestyle and unfortunately probably weakened his heart quite a bit. Yeah. So hopefully he can make a Ric Flair like comeback.
Right.
Yeah. hopefully, Jeebus is in his corner and hits him with the hot tag so he can make the comeback. But and one last thing wrestling really, and then we'll move on because I know there's probably a lot of people going, who cares? But so I've ragged on Chris Jericho quite a bit for having a good sized gut on him, and a lot of people online have been like, dude, maybe it's time to start wearing a shirt.
Right.
He's got himself in amazing shape again.
Oh yeah,
like he recommitted to. No, do you know what I think happens is we've talked about this before. I think when he's out doing the tours with Fozzy, I think he likes to hit the Grey Goose a little hard.
I mean,
I think
it's amazing how much drinking will put the lbs on you.
Yeah, and he's got the bloat too, the drinking bloat, in the chin and the face, and that's all gone. He's got his like abs back, like he's looking, especially for his age. I mean, he's what, 50 or something like that. He's looking real good. So
they're not like Sharpied on abs, are they?
No, no. Oh, dude, do you know who Annie Letterman is? The comedian. She does that when she goes on stage. She like spray, like they do like a like somebody like does like body art or whatever, like they spray abs on her. Yeah, she does it as just a
thank
joke.
God. All right, at least it's a joke.
Because she's 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 a little soft in the midsection, so she has the the abs like sprayed on. So
that's pretty funny. I've not heard that story.
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram. That's how I started seeing it. It just cracks me up how so many of her stand-up sets, and you see her and she's got those, obviously fake abs. But I love it. All right, let's move on from wrestling.
All righty. Well, what you got?
Oh, wait.
I mean, how's your week been, my guy?
Oh, it's been a week.
Yeah, I hear you.
Man, it's just depression's kind of kicking my ass again here. So I think a little bit because of the more sunlight and stuff. I think hopefully the seasonal depression will kind of maybe go by the wayside, especially we start getting a little warmer weather, and you start. Yeah, right. You just start feeling good. Like when you go out, you're not like, oh my God, like this is awful. It's you start feeling, even when it's like 55, 60, you're just like, all right, here it comes. Yeah. So hopefully that'll help. But, it's just, a lot of it's just the same old shit. And, it stinks because I had a therapy appointment that was supposed to be for this coming week. And for some reason, whoever scheduled me for after the time when my therapist was going to be there. So I had to reschedule. So now that's pushed back another like 3 weeks, and it's like, come on, like I've been like, and I had to reschedule last time. So it's another one of those times where it's like, it's been months between my therapy appointments. And I'm at a point, it's weird when you like where I'm at with therapy is like, I can go a certain amount of time and then I'm like, I need that catharsis, like I need that dump to get all that out of me and get a little help or whatever. And also I'm anxious for it because I took that ADHD evaluation and I still haven't talked to her about that yet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been months
that
ago.
Was a long time ago.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm anxious to do that because there's a variety of reasons, but so it's like I want that and I can't, you can't speed it up. Like I've called a couple times and been like, and checked, but like, hey, is there any new openings or anything? And of course, there's not, because typically when people cancel their therapy, it's usually like day of, because their anxiety or something gets them, so, but whatever, it's, it is what it is, I'm fine. It's just, it's just one of those where it's like, there's things that could help you and you can't access them and it sucks.
Right.
So, yeah. But, yeah. So I, that, and I picked up, as now, obviously, I was able to pick up Elden Ring. I went to GameStop the other night and I'm like, all right, I was like, you got to tell me. Yeah, like, you got to have a copy of Elden Ring in for your boy, right? And he looks and he's like, we got one left. And I'm like, sweet. So, you know,
I did want to
grab
ask you
that.
because you got the physical copy. Could you
Yes,
just, goddamn, could you just throw it in and play, or is there still an update?
there was
God
still an
damn
update.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I buggered up pretty bad on my data. I thought I had data left, and I don't know, I don't know how I misread it or whatever. And because I was like, oh, well, it's about the end of the cycle. I've got quite a bit left. I'll go ahead, and I downloaded that Arc. That's,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the free games, so I downloaded that, and then, the update for Elden Ring and all that. And then I looked last night and I'm like, oh, I'm way over my data
Son of
cap.
a
Like,
bitch.
fuck. Yeah, so yeah, I buggered up pretty bad this month, but I'm all up to date on it.
Hey.
It's like, so I gotta basically not, uh, you know, can't really watch anything for a day or
Right,
two
right,
here.
right.
So I was like, oopsies. So yeah,
How are you enjoying dying in Elden Ring?
oh man, it was I told you this story, but I thought it was funny. Is like, so I get out of the initial
Yeah.
thing, the church. Once I walk out there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep my eyes out for a dude on the horse
The old tree sentinel.
so that I don't die. Well, and also, in the game, like there's those messages on the ground, and one of them was like, "Watch out for dude on horse"
Yeah,
or
watch,
something
like,
like
look
that.
out for
So
horse or something, I'm sure.
yeah, so I was like, "Good looking out," already knew, but good looking out. And I jumped on, I don't remember what site it was now, one of the game sites, because they had a thing that was like, things to do first in Elden Ring, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna skim this real quick and see, and I was like, oh, it was like, well, I already knew about getting to that church because I had heard about that before, the one that you have to kind of circumvent the guy
Yes.
on the horse to, which really wasn't hard. Once I saw him, you just have to steer clear of the
Yeah,
path that
like, I'm
he's
not
on,
sure
and
what
then
the
you
bubble of aggro is in that game, but sometimes it's not very big. Yeah.
right. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, so I just went quite wide and did a couple things. But it was funny because as I'm exploring around the church, there there was this like statue thing, and I'm just like, oh, whatever, and I'm just do dee 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 dee. Next thing you know, there's this giant, I forgot what it was now, and it just boom boom, and I'm dead. And I was like, oh, like, because I was like, um I'm like, oh, trying to hit the defend button, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm a samurai, so I've got a sword in one hand and my bow in the other. I'm like, I ain't protecting shit with this.
As Mr. Miyagi would say, no can defend.
No, can't defend. So, I was like, oh, I was like, oh shit, and and it hits you quick, so I didn't have time to roll out of the way, or it was just boom, boom, and dead, and you respawn in the graveyard thing, and in there, is the like Hall of Knowledge, I think it's called, or something like that. And I didn't realize you don't have to go down there. I thought that you had to go down
Right.
there, and all you have to do is just go up the stairway and walk out, and you're out. But I was like, someone was like, try jumping, and I'm like, and so I jump because there was no
Yeah,
bloodstains
it's a
around,
telltale sign.
which I gotta say, that's one of my favorite things sometimes, is when you're in an area to where there's no danger and you see a bloodstain and you're like, how did you
Yeah,
die
yeah, and
here?
then you gotta touch it and see what happened.
Yeah, because I'm like, I just gotta
Yeah.
know now. So yeah, but I get down there, and there's some easy enemies, no problem. Because the whole point of going through there is basically it's a, hey, dum dum, you died real simple. Like, here's a tutorial on how to kind of get the drop on enemies and all this kind of stuff. So it was helpful. I'm actually kind of glad I went that way. So I go through that, and then there's this thing you go through, and when I go through it, there's dude just starts charging at you, and I'm like, oh shit! So I pull out my bow, and the first time, I had flaming arrows. I hit him with one of those, and it dropped his bar, probably a quarter, and I'm like, okay, because it's this huge
Yeah,
health
of
bar,
course. Yeah,
you
I
know,
know exactly the guy you're
because
talking about.
right? And I'm like, oh shit, there's no way I'm beating this guy. My health bar is like an inch long, and his is like 14. And I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna outlive this guy, especially not with my ratty ass, like, I don't know, it's made out of like paper mache shield or
Right.
whatever, you know. And so I quick switch to, as he's getting closer, I quick switch to my samurai sword, because I'm thinking I'm about to, you know, go at this guy, and not so much. It was boom boom dead again. I'm like, okay. So I died 3 times to him, and I'm like, I gotta look this up because clearly there's always a strategy, and I don't know what it is. You know, I tried flanking, I tried rolling away from his attack, but the problem was that I didn't realize that, for anyone listening, here's a tip for you. If you encounter this guy, the key is a jump attack.
Okay.
Like when he comes at you, jump in the air and then do the like charge attack, because it drops his life bar like 40%. Then start dodging as he goes to attack. And if you do that, it's what they call, it breaks his stance. And when you break a character's stance, they're basically vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what you do. You jump attack him, it breaks his stance, then you hit him. Because I can't, the old death from above, and then, kaboom, kaboom, and he was dead. It was that fast. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, how you like my 3-hit kill? Feeling good about myself until, like I told you, I read online that everyone's like, oh, yeah, that guy's easy. And I'm like, well, yeah, when you know how to kill him. Like, meanwhile, I'm 1 for 4 on the guy.
This is your first like Souls type game, right?
Yeah. Totally. And it also, like Garrett was telling me last night, is like, the main reason you die a lot is if you're too aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's learning a whole new play style for me, because I like Skyrim. I'm like, if I'm a heavily armored dude with a sword, which is what my character is, I'm like, kick the door and chop heads.
Yeah.
You can't do that in this game.
Yeah. Right. Well, and the other thing is, like, since I've got the bow, I can do damage from afar, but the problem is you only have so many arrows. Like when you start, you only have like 19 arrows, and I ran out at one point, and I'm like, uh-oh.
I can tell you can
like
buy a
with that
crafting
guy,
kit and make your own.
Yes, which I have done now. I haven't made any yet, but I bought the crafting kit last night. So I'm just like with that dude charging me, and I'm thinking, oh, well, if I get like a charge up arrow shot on him, that'll probably do quite a bit of damage, and then I can just keep maybe strafing and hitting him with arrows. But the problem is you run out of arrows, and then it's like, oh, now I got to put the sword in my hand, and I got to put my shield up so that and like I said, it's just boom, boom, dead. So like, okay, but I am getting better at the stealth aspect of the game. Like as I'm moving around, I'm staying in the tall grass, crouching, coming up behind just, unaware soldiers. And it's weird because I'm a samurai, so like killing guys from behind is not in the samurai code.
Fuck that shit.
But this ain't Samurai Land. This is Elden Ring. So, I was trying to come up with a name, and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a samurai name generator. Sure enough.
I'm surprised you just didn't pick like Stunami or something. That sounds samurai-like.
I know, but I wanted something like that felt more actual samurai, so I just went with that.
So I gotta ask, what did it generate for you?
I don't remember now. Oh, actually, maybe it's still up.
Is it like Kibishi Hibachi or something, or Suzuki Toyota?
Maybe. Damn it! It's gonna reload the page. I bet that won't keep it. Is it
Pagoda Rangoon?
How did you know? No. Yeah, it refreshed, so I can't. I don't remember what it is now, but
I have my fighter. My armored up greatsword wielding fighter is a meat sack, right? And then today I was like, I'm gonna make a wizard because I wanna see how the magic system is. So of course I made Tim.
You're
a
wizard. Nice. Yeah, I was actually thinking that last night though too. I was like, after I play a little bit, I think I'm gonna make a wizard type character, because especially I've read a little online that apparently, like Garrett said to us last night, that magic apparently really does well all the way through the game. So yeah, but I was looking for something. I was kind of like, I want to play something that's, obviously I typically, like in Diablo and stuff, usually the first character I go after is like
Oh, yeah.
Barbarian, because hack slash. Um, but I was like, and I looked at Samurai and I'm like, he's got a bow and a sword. That I have a little range attack. I got up
Like,
close.
this is acceptable.
That's a yeah. This is a good mix. Not real strong on the magic though. I think he's only got like 2 slots for spells or
Right.
something like that. But I don't know how that expands. I'm still at the like I don't know how you level
But
up.
you
I
know
don't
when
know
you
any of
kill
that shit
guys and the
yet.
little
So
gold's like, those are runes.
yeah,
And runes are your
right.
currency to buy shit, and they're also what you use to level up.
Oh, so just blowing through them is not
Right.
necessarily the best idea. I didn't know that because I just blew through them in the at
Now
the
you're good. I
shopkeep.
mean,
So although
it's not hard to get runes in this game, from what I can tell. You
right,
just got to go out and kill shit.
well also I was gonna say like that area through like by that first church, you really can like you were saying you can kind of grind if you want to because if you touch uh the whatever of grace, it'll respawn all the guys right around you and you can just go sneaky kill a bunch of guys again, then just go back
Right.
and whatever. It is interesting though, because I could see at times where maybe you don't want to reboot
Oh,
those
yeah,
guys,
for
to
sure.
where you find one of those sites and you're like, yeah, I don't really want to have to fight those guys to go back through that
Right,
area or
right.
something.
But, it's also kind of a necessary evil sometimes, I guess. Refill your
Well, yeah,
flasks and
especially
all
if you're,
that. And, yeah.
yeah,
I'm
right.
really enjoying the game,
So
though. I mean, I got a chance to, like, really put some time into it yesterday, and I enjoyed myself. Because, like, since I got it, I haven't really
I
had a
got it,
chance to play much.
right. I got attacked by a boar last night that I didn't even see because I'm all sneaky style through the tall grass. And I heard it, but I couldn't tell where it was. And stupid me, one of the things is, again, this is a good tip for anyone who's new to the game, is R3 on the PlayStation 4 targets the
Yeah.
closest enemy to you. So if you hear a noise, tap it because if there's an enemy nearby, it'll
Yes.
auto target. And I learned that last night, and that's
It's
very
super
helpful.
duper helpful.
Because I'm like, what the hell is that? And I couldn't. And the next thing you know, I'm getting hit, and I'm like, so then I killed the thing in no time.
Right.
But and I killed a turtle and
Oh.
skinned it or whatever it is you do in the game and get pieces. So I was like,
Just real quick, I got to say hi, Big Dev, because I just pulled up our YouTube thing and he's chatting with us, talking about WWE. So there you go.
oh, hey Dev. Yeah, unfortunately,
Brian
I
can't
can't
see
see
it,
the
Dev,
chat at the
but we
moment.
love you,
So
buddy.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I enjoyed aspects of the one thing I don't did do. I had no idea how to pull
Oh,
up the
right,
map.
right.
No clue. Until finally something in the game, one of the tutorial things that pops up and it's like blah blah blah, and it shows you the button to do whatever it is. And I was like, oh, I tapped that. I'm like, oh, that would have been helpful a few minutes ago because I'm just wandering around. I have no idea what direction I'm going.
Now, a lot of people, because
if
you're
am
playing
I
on PlayStation 4, a lot of people have been bitching
yeah,
about the graphics. What do you think?
I think I'll say this. I feel like they're similar to like
Right.
Fable's graphics. And I probably would expect a little more. Although in fairness, I am playing on a shitty
Ah,
old
fair enough.
TV. So if I put it on like this monitor, it'd probably look a
I
whole
was
lot
like,
better.
because
But
I think the game looks pretty good. Like, there's some, like, when
I do
enemies
too.
are off in the distance, they kind of clip in and out of stuff, which maybe on next gen systems
Yeah,
they don't do that. But
yeah,
I can't. I think it looks great. It's got some cool
yeah,
visuals I've never seen in a game before. Giant glowing trees and shit. You know?
yeah. That's why I said it reminds me in ways of Fable in the way it looks. Um, the last Fable, whatever it was, 3 or 4 or
Right.
18, whatever it was. Uh, and it, yeah, it probably should look a little better than it does. But also, it was like, yo, you already waited like 10 years for this game. It's like, I mean, how much longer did you want to wait for it? Um, I guess maybe if they made it to be native on the PS5 or the Xbox whatever the new thing's called, Series
or
X
whatever.
or S or whatever the hell it is, maybe it
Right.
would look better. But I don't know, because I'm assuming if you upgrade, it's probably going to look similar. It's probably not going to be all that upgraded on those systems. It'll probably just run. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully that clipping and stuff won't
Right.
exist.
Right.
But I don't know.
Dev says Pope
I
Turtle
would.
is the best thing in the game. I don't know what he's talking about.
All right.
I have no idea.
I don't either. Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Are
it
you
up.
gonna look it up? All right. Because I was gonna say I'm curious now. He's piqued our
Oh,
interests.
all right. Apparently, Brian, it's just a giant turtle wearing a fucking Pope hat.
All right.
Yeah,
I have to keep my
that's
eye out for it. One thing I think is funny is like when you're walking through the game. Another thing that R3 does when it targets an enemy that's very nice is it shows you the health bar
right.
of that enemy. So that can be very helpful.
Yeah, it's super helpful. What do you mean, kind of helpful?
Yeah, so you can look at it and go, nah,
Right,
probably not.
right.
I mean, you never know because you don't know what their weaknesses and stuff are. Like it doesn't show you if they're weak to like fire or something
Well,
like that,
plus when you start leveling up more, I mean, like I thought maybe things would kind of scale with you, and I don't think they really do. Because for my
Yeah,
warrior dude, I've been for meat sack places that used to give
yeah.
me a lot of trouble. Like I just go through there now, just like I'm cutting grass down. you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I found. Like, the random dudes just walking around, the soldiers or whatever, especially if you can get the drop on them. I mean, you nearly kill them with that. And I mean, I'm level
Right.
9, so, and you nearly kill them with one swipe of the sword. If, because I always, of course, I do the charge attack, if I get the drop on them. I know you get a bonus if you can catch them unaware,
Yeah.
basically. So, between that and the charge attack, it pretty much kills them. So it's like at some point, if that levels up, I'll probably be one hit killing a lot of these guys. And at some point, I probably won't have to like sneak around, but also by sneaking around, you keep your health
Well,
up.
I
And
mean,
since I can, like right now, I can only
like
carry
my
3
favorite
health
thing to do,
potions,
Brian,
So,
and I'm sure
yeah.
you'll maybe you agree. Yeah, I don't know. Is I love just hopping on Torrent the horse and basically just doing drive-bys.
Oh, I haven't got the horse yet.
Oh, you haven't got the
I haven't
horse
got
yet.
the
Okay,
horse
all
yet.
right.
I don't even know where the hell to get the
Yeah, well,
horse. So, yeah.
once you are
It's,
gifted with the horse, bro, it's just
yeah.
like that scene in Monty Python Holy Grail when it's like the historian reporter talking about like, oh, and then the knight just rides by and it's like and just like kills him. That's what I
Yeah.
feel like.
Right.
Just, yeah.
Now, out of curiosity, when you kill someone on a horse, do you have to get off the horse to collect anything or
If
search
they
the body?
drop stuff, you don't have to get off the horse to grab it. You can just ride by and just spam the button. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I was hoping you wouldn't have to get off every time. That would be annoying. So, good. But I could also see where a game like that might make you do that kind of
No, you
mundane
just spam
shit.
the button as you ride and it picks it up. So, yeah, but oh my god, horseback
That's cool.
combat's the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I just like last night I was more just kind of roaming around trying to honestly I was just trying to get enough runes to buy the crafting kit and then I was like I think I'm going to quit after that cuz I was kind of getting tired. So I was like I really don't I
Well,
can't
since
focus
you're
on this right now.
PlayStation guy, we'll have to figure out how the co-op works. And
Yeah.
maybe I can help you with some bosses and you can help me with some bosses or something.
Yeah, I can run away and maybe
Yeah, I was like,
draw
I
them
could
out.
come because I don't remember what level my fighter dude's at, but it's like mid to upper 20s right now. So and then like
Okay.
my
Yeah,
sorcerer, I've got nothing. I've just been like I saw some video of how to make a really good astrologer character fast. So I'm like, and I wrote down some
yeah.
key points. I've just been like running around the map picking up items. I haven't like leveled up. I haven't done anything, but go find a cool staff, a
Really?
cool
Yeah.
spell.
Hey, well, that's the thing is you got to have staff
Well,
before
you
you
come
can
with
learn
a
spells
staff,
and
but I
stuff.
want a better
Good
staff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like you
I
could have this
understand.
stick, or you could have that stick. I want that
Right.
stick.
Right. I
But
understand.
yeah, I can definitely drop in of my my fighter dude and help you out with some stuff probably.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm
or
down
I
for
can.
that for sure. It is a little disappointing. I really wish they would give us a game like that and let us just straight
Yeah,
up play
like
co-op
I
in it.
am kind of curious how the co-op is gonna work.
Yeah. Because like, in Borderlands, like they scale the enemies to the
Right.
stronger character, So it's like they could just do the same kind. Although in fairness, if they scaled it like that, you know, I'd basically just be hiding behind you. But
Yeah, we'll have to play.
um
Maybe.
yeah, because that's a great way to help your friends in Diablo
Oh yeah,
level up
right.
fast. If you have a real high level characters, you just go around and just mop the floor with everything, and they'll just get so much shit. They'll level up in like no time.
Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
maybe.
think if I got anything going on tomorrow
Mhm.
night.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm
Playing.
saying?
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so how was
I
your
mean,
week been?
besides work and it being cold as balls this week, it's been all right.
Yeah.
The weekend was probably. I mean, the week was just like meh. It was there. The weekend though,
Yeah.
that's been more eventful. I mean, yesterday
Well,
we
that's
just
good.
kind of just hung out around the house and like straightened up because actually this upcoming St. Patrick's Day of all days, um, like Buckeye Cable, they got BC whatever the fuck their stupid televisions.
BC. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
BCAN,
they're
the Art
coming to interview
Network.
Michelle.
BCS.
Yeah, which is pretty
Oh,
dope.
really? Awesome.
So we've been
Nice.
kind of like straightening up and getting ready for company that aren't people that we're
Right.
friends with coming over.
Right.
And I'm glad it's gonna be like
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be
Right.
70 that day because I'm gonna come
Yeah, it's
home from
supposed.
work and just take stupid bomber outside with me and just hang out in the backyard and keep her occupied because like
That makes
some
sense.
she's a good dog but she likes people and some people don't like dogs
Yeah.
especially pit bulls so
Right.
yeah so I'd
Yeah,
rather take
that's
her
fair.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
plus
just
I can
easier
get some
anyway. Just
cigar and just
yeah.
fuck around in
Yeah.
the garage or something.
Right.
It'd be a good time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Exactly.
today, Brian, we drove up to fabulous Monroe, Michigan, to go see
Yeah.
the Batman. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all,
Well,
how was that?
I got to start
I've
from the
heard maybe
beginning
mixed. Okay.
because I bought tickets online yesterday. We were gonna go see the movie
Yeah.
yesterday, but it's like we can get really good seats because the Monroe Theater it's assigned seating, right?
Oh yeah,
And
that's
plus
right. I
it's
forgot about that.
reclining
Yeah.
seats and they're heated. I really wish we had one of those theaters
Yeah.
here in Toledo, but whatever.
Yeah.
But today was for some reason the winner's last gasp. You know,
Yeah.
so we're driving up and we left an hour early because we wanted to stop at like a dollar store and get some smuggling some candy and shit like you do,
Yeah,
right?
as you do. Yeah.
Dude, um, there was so many accidents because that snow came through and people were driving like idiots and like the highway was ice basically.
Yeah.
There was
Right.
so many accidents. It took us over an hour.
Oh wow. Oh, you
Yeah,
went the expressway?
because
Oh, okay. Usually when we go up
from my
Telegraph.
house, the
That's why I was.
expressway is 3 minutes from my house,
Yeah.
so I usually hop on the
Yeah.
E-way.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Like from here,
Yeah,
Telegraph
closer.
is like that's where pull out is right there. Yeah. Well, Lewis, I should say, not Telegraph, but Telegraph's just a street
But
over,
oh my
basically.
god, buddy, over an hour and
Yeah.
at times it was just a parking lot. And it's like
Oh
the
man.
first accident we came across was, of course, some dude in a giant truck with giant off-road tires. He had like two four-wheelers in the back of his truck, sideways up against
Oh
the
geez.
middle berm. So, people trying to, I'm in a
Right.
big fucking four-wheeler. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Black guys
exactly.
don't
That's
care.
exactly what I said. I was talking to my mom because they're in
Somebody's-
town today, and I was like, yeah, ice will change your mind really quick. That you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was just
Right.
wreck after wreck after wreck. It was crazy. And what makes it
Yeah.
crazier is when we got out of the movie, it was 50 degrees.
That's weird, isn't it? I talked about that last week, how I had that experience where I went in one place and when I came out, I'm like, I swear it's
Yeah,
warmer than it was
insane.
before.
But I
Sure
had to call
was.
the theater
Yep.
because I'm like, hey, man, I bought these tickets online yesterday. We are in a parking lot of traffic on 75. Can I exchange them? They said yes, which is cool.
Yeah. Right.
We got there. We couldn't see it on the big, giant screen to have them in row. We had to want to do one of the, like, the poor people screens or whatever. I don't know. All the tickets cost the same, but I wanted the big screen.
Well, yeah, Louis, you're supposed to sit over there like a savage on
I
a
know,
tiny
right? I mean, it's
screen?
a
Come on.
screen that when you sit down to watch a movie, they go, we had to remove the roof of this building to get the screen in. They tell you that every time.
Right. Right.
But, yeah, the Batman was good. The people
Yeah.
in the theater were savages, and it did not make me miss going to the theater at all.
That's
Seriously.
fair.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with
Well,
people?
real
Or is
quick,
it this Monroe people? Is that what that was?
it very well could be just the Monroe people. Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
some savages
this
up there
poor,
for
like,
sure.
teenage kid, he's up standing in front. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, before we get the movie going, I have to let you know that the emergency exit, he's doing his spiel. And then this lady
Sure.
behind us.
Telling you about your chair could be a
Yeah,
flotation
the whole
device, all that
situation.
stuff.
Right.
Right.
And then this lady behind us just like, because he's like, any questions before we start the movie? And how come I've never seen Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same room? It's like,
Did they
should've
escort her
shot
out
her on
immediately?
sight.
They should.
It's like,
like that meme that of from the Eric Andre show where it just shows him shooting the
yes,
Hannibal in the
100%.
chair. Just one of those. Oh, just pulls a gun. Pow.
I mean, I leaned over to Michelle and I was like, oh God, I hope she keeps her stupid mouth shut through the whole movie, and she did. I was expecting all
That's
kinds of nonsense though.
Oh
But
yeah.
so
Yeah. Oh look, it's
yeah,
Batman.
exactly. But so we had that going for us. Movie starts. There's a lady sitting in front of us. It's a 3-hour movie. A good probably hour to movie. She was on her cell phone. Like
Wow.
she's
right.
like, and the brightness is all the way up. And
Of
I've
course.
seen people on their phones in the theater before. It bugs me, but whatever. But turn your brightness down for one.
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
because I had to, because it's in my face basically. She wasn't even doing. She was just on Google. Like, not even clicking articles, like scrolling through, like just a Google search. It was so weird.
Okay.
But her and her compatriots up there were also, we're doing like wet lung cough, which is exciting. Yeah.
Hot. Yeah.
You got the dude sitting next to Michelle was just vaping weed the whole time. Yeah, with his kid there too. That was cool. Yeah.
Cool.
But
yeah.
I mean, besides the savages and the drive, the movie was great. I really enjoyed the movie.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5 bat calzones.
I mean, I can't give anything a 5 bat calzone because that's the ultimate. But it's
tough,
probably a solid 4, honestly.
I've heard it's interesting because I've heard some people say that it's the Batman, like really detective Batman, that we haven't
100%.
really got much on the screen. And I've also heard some people say that just like it's just so long and kind of boring at times.
It does have some slow spots, but I mean, it is a 3-hour movie. But
yeah,
I mean, the whole
that right there
pretty enjoyable though.
Yeah, that's why I said anything that's 3 hours, there's no way in hell I'll see it in a theater. I just don't have. I don't think I have the attention span for it. I need to be able to stop and go piss or whatever every once in a while. Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
I mean, it was dark. The soundtrack is pretty cool. The new Batmobile is fucking dope.
Yeah, I like the Batmobile. I think it makes a lot of sense because it's like the idea of him driving like a tank around doesn't make a ton of sense. Although in fairness, like from the Michael Keaton one, it's like as long of a car as that is, that doesn't make any sense either. It's like you think he'd want something small he could maneuver quickly, to be more nimbly bimbly, like a bear.
Too, so.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like you'd think he would always want something, like I said, like a bear cat, to
fucking nimble like a bear cat. That's gonna be my tramp stamp.
Yeah. It's going to be very weird. Like,
Like
why is
dumbass,
that a tramp
dumbass. Yeah.
stamp? Like, what about this side of you is nimble like a bob
I was
or a
gonna
bear
get it
cat?
tattooed down my forearm, nimble like a bear cat. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
I like that.
I liked it because you definitely got the detective Batman that we 100% haven't seen in any of the movies.
Really, not or not
So you got
really.
that.
Yeah.
You got it was like year two Batman, so he's still kind of raw.
Mm. So we didn't get flashbacks of his parents
None.
getting killed. Oh, thank God! Finally, I've been waiting for a Batman movie and a Spider-Man movie where they don't have to rehash his origin.
I
Everyone
mean,
fucking knows
obviously
their
they talk
origin.
about it, and I don't want to give
It's
anything
fine.
away, but
Yeah.
they added a little kind of like they added a little like seasoning to it. Then I was like, ooh, that
Yeah.
makes it a little more interesting, right?
Okay. That's fair. I don't mind that. I'm okay with like talking about it, but it's like we don't need the whole scene. We all know, that his parents
Yeah,
died on a trapeze. You know,
yeah, 100%.
somewhere someone's like, "Wait, that's Robin." You're right.
I know there was a lot of people on the internet like having issues with it was they were calling it like woke Batman because Commissioner
Okay.
Gordon's black. Who
Oh
cares?
yeah,
The dude
right.
they picked is
Who cares?
whatever.
Oh, Jeffrey. Oh
And,
fuck, I forgot his last name.
yeah,
The
from
guy from
Westworld. He's
Westworld.
great.
Yeah,
He's great as Gordon.
yeah, he's yeah, yeah.
Catwoman is
Jeffrey Wright.
like mixed race or black. Who cares?
Right. I have a question about her, and this isn't giving any
Okay.
plot point away in the movie or anything. Does she, by the end of the movie, have a decent mask that's not a ski mask with just like the middle cut out?
No.
Because that looks really
No.
stupid. Okay. I
Yeah.
hate that so much. All right.
But yeah, it's like like you can see Batman is rough in his combat. He's taking hits all the time, which I kind of like. Like Batman should be taking hits. He's not a flawless fighter. You know, I don't
Right.
know. It was a good movie,
Yeah.
and fucking Twilight Boy, who I was very questioning on when it was first announced,
Yeah.
is
Yep.
probably the first actor to take on the mantle of the Bat that is both a good Bruce and a good Batman.
That's
Yeah.
always the tough part.
Because usually, like
Yeah.
I know
Because
we've
they're
talked about
used to
before,
it.
either the actor's a Bruce Wayne or the actor's a Batman. Very rare. This is the first time I
Yep.
think it's like, wow, he kind of nailed both.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't think they really were trying to cast a Batman until they cast
Right.
Christian Bale. I think they were casting a Bruce Wayne
I
every
could see
time.
that. Yeah.
You know, I really think with Christian Bale, I think they were like, this guy might also be a Batman kind of, and so that's where I think everyone was like, this guy's not Batman on Pattinson. It's like, or whatever. So the thing is like with him, obviously he's mostly known from Twilight, but I've heard some of the like indie movies he's done. I've heard he's really good
Right.
in them. I've never seen any of them, and it's not because of him. I just haven't seen many movies. But so I'm like you. Of course, I was skeptical because honestly, it doesn't matter who they cast. We'll be skeptical because it's Batman. We hold
Oh yeah,
Batman close to
100%.
our
Yep.
heart.
Yeah.
And it's like we always want it to be
Oh,
good.
and
So
the Riddler's great in it. Oh yeah,
yeah, I've
like
heard
it's
that.
like
Yeah.
it's about time they gave the Riddler the respect he deserves.
Yeah, I agree. I heard that it's kind of heavily influenced on like the Zodiac killer.
Yeah,
Like so that, and I was like that makes a lot of sense. So I'm with you. He's one of those characters that's always been a for lack of a better term, and he's
yeah,
been a joke. Essentially he's Joker always gets all the serious treatment. Riddler is basically like, oh, he's the cartoony version of a villain, and it's like what the kind of character he is, though. I feel like he would be more cold and calculating and all that kind of stuff, and it's like finally this looks like that kind of treatment to where they were like, hey, this dude should be pretty like you know messed up in the head essentially, and you know uh and be a good
oh yeah,
psychological villain.
he's great.
Well, and again, like you said, it was like there's a reason. Like I've always loved the detective Batman stories almost as much as the just Batman kicking someone's
Yeah,
ass left and right. You know, like that's why I love the Long Halloween, because I think in that we were trying to be detectives along
What's
with
funny is
him.
when the movie started, because I didn't know anything about it. I was like, are they doing
Yeah.
Long Halloween? Because it opens up and it's like, October 31st. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, man, is this Long Halloween? Oh, my God.
See, it's always funny because I'm always like, oh, I wish they would do it. And then it's like, no, because they're
Of
going to
course,
change a
yeah.
bunch of shit if they do it. The animated movie of it is pretty good because it's pretty true to
You
the
know what? I
to the
forgot they did
book.
that.
you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on HBO
I was talking
Max.
to
You
Michelle
should
about the
certainly
Long
check it
Halloween.
out.
Maybe we'll have to watch it.
Really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
book's
the
great.
book's
You
great.
know it. Book great. I remember that was such a cool time. I remember us like the second it came out. Basically, it was like you couldn't wait to read that month's
100%.
issue.
Yeah, I'm saying that a lot this episode.
So yeah,
I don't know where this 100% phrase came from.
I don't know.
100%.
100% though. Should I name the
Yeah,
episode
100%.
100%?
But, it was because we were stuck in traffic for so long and we didn't get a chance to get our snacks. We ended up buying popcorn, which is fine. I like popcorn and like a little bit of candy from the theater.
Yeah.
Leaving the movie.
Yeah. I always get I don't get candy most of the time when I go, but I always get
especially
popcorn.
up there.
Because
Free
the only
refills,
place
bro.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. I'm just like, it's just the only time that I really full on indulge in popcorn like that. Because when I make it at home, I put a little butter and salt on it, but I don't go crazy. At the movie theater, I'm like, give
whatever
me all
that stuff is that you claim is butter.
I don't even care if it's also what you clean the floor with. It's delicious, and I want. That's fine.
Yeah, it was. We were leaving though, starving, and I'm thinking,
Hungry,
like,
yeah.
oh, what's something we could grab? And I was like, oh, I'm like, hey, are you still hungry? She was like, yeah, kind of. I'm like, well, there's this place up here that has this like banging chicken sandwiches. I'm like, what, you want to check it out? And she's like, yeah, okay. I didn't tell her it was in a gas station. She's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we pull in, and we're like, I'm pulling at a gas station. She's like, really? Are we getting? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you trust me, don't you?
Like, yo, man, these gas station chicken sandwiches is
dude,
banging.
Yeah,
oh, it always is. Yeah.
First time I've been there, so I didn't really know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I got the spicy chicken because that's what I really wanted, and they have probably 10 levels of hotness, maybe. From like country to whatever I think it's called Inferno. I got one under Inferno called Cluckin' Hot. Because I'm like, I want to get something spicy, and I don't know how spicy it is, but I don't know where the ceiling is here.
You're like, I still want to have an asshole afterward.
Right? But yeah, I didn't know where the ceiling was, so I didn't want to go all the way up. Right. So instead I went one level down.
Sure.
It's reasonable.
Makes sense, yeah. It's like me at Beer Fest starting with the 10%ers. Got to warm up.
Let me tell you, bro, that was a good-ass chicken sandwich. Hey, have you partaken?
Not the spicy one, but I've had the regular chicken sandwich. They're fantastic.
The spicy one, it's got the coleslaw and the pickles on it, and oof.
Yeah, which makes sense. Got to do something cool that off a little bit.
I got to the last third of the sandwich, and my coleslaw was gone. And that fucker, we just ate in the car because they only have 3 tables in there.
Yeah, that was the part that the first time I went up there, I got they have basically the concept of the Chipotle concept of a bowl with various stuff, and I got that, and it was delicious. Whatever sauce they put on it was fucking. I would bathe in it and drink it and everything, but. The second time I went, I got the chicken sandwich because I'm like, I got to get one of these because I keep seeing them and they look phenomenal. So I got that and some mac and cheese, I think it was, which was also really tasty. So I've heard everything up there is really good.
The sandwich I got was good. The waffle fries were good. Michelle got, it was a mac and cheese bowl with chicken chunks in it and had fries in it too.
Yeah.
She's like, it was just meh. But I think she's crazy, so it's cool.
That's fair.
But the chicken sandwich is fucking banging. And it was, that last third of that sandwich, I was crying. I was dying. It was hot as fuck.
Well, I'll say this. At least it was hot. At least it wasn't like wherever it was we went that one time and they were like, "Oh, this is so hot," and you had it and you're like, "This
Yeah,
isn't even
100%.
warm."
I almost said it again. I almost said it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But what I did notice is that's also a liquor store. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, it
shit.
is.
So I started
Yeah.
looking for my, like, 3 or 4 bottles of bourbon on my list of bourbons to acquire, which they had none
right.
of. But
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's funny because for anyone who doesn't know, obviously, because,
that's
unless
true.
you're from this
Yeah,
area,
we
you're
should
not
probably
going to know
explain this place.
It is like, when you go into like those gas stations, like a Speedway kind of station, if you have those around you, that they're a good, really good size gas station. They've got a whole bunch of like, normal convenience store stuff. And then off to the left, there's like Tony said, he's not exaggerating. There's literally like 3, basically like picnic table size tables.
Images on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the only place you can eat inside the place. And it's always crazy busy. Like we went there and ate twice. Another time we went there and didn't get anything because the line was so long. And we were like, we're just going to go somewhere else. That's the only downside to the place is it's similar. Like when you roll up to like Chick-fil-A and you're like, Jesus, there's 90 cars
Right.
in the parking lot. That's pretty much what's going on here. And they're like hand doing everything. Like I believe everything there is pretty much made to order. I don't think they really do much ahead of time.
That's one of the selling points when I first heard about this place is they use, antibiotic-free chicken, which I'm down with. And then it's, everything is hand-breaded. It doesn't come in big plastic bags already ready to roll,
Right. I wish they would open like a legit
There's
restaurant.
There's something about the gas station aesthetic I like.
I know. Well, that was the first time I went there. I went there with my brother, and it was the same thing because I'm pointing at him like, yeah, it's right up here. And he's like, the gas station? I'm like, yeah, because I had seen pictures online, And, we walked in. That time we were lucky because we were the first in line there right then. We must have hit like, I don't know, some weird shift in the, cosmos or something. And we were able to just walk right up to the counter and order. And they have like, they do monthly specials that they only keep for that month and then they're gone. Like they'll bring in burgers for a month. They'll do weird tacos or, like brisket with their mac and cheese and different stuff and whatever. And then it's gone at the end of that month and then new specials and stuff. So it's one of those places that, like I said, I kind of wish they would have a place where it was a little easier to, get your food and maybe have a place to sit. Cause it does kind of suck that part of what I order is based on that. Cause I'm like, well, that's going to be messy. So I probably don't want to eat that in the car. But when I ate the chicken sandwich that I got, it had coleslaw and stuff. So I just stood outside.
I'm kind of surprised they don't have like tables outside, maybe like picnic tables somewhere.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Maybe well, I guess it'd be tough at a gas station though, right? You're going to have all the fumes. Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. Like that was the kind of meal when I'm sitting in the car eating it, and all I'm thinking is like, this is like I feel like this is like a fuck that's delicious. Like I should be having this on the hood of my car with a beer or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty much how. I mean, I didn't have a beer, but that was how I ate it the first time was on the hood of the car. So, because like I said, I was like, well, I might be. I mean, sort of. I wasn't really on the hood of the car, but that's where you set the food. When I go to take a bite, you get the hunch and you kind of just, hey, if coleslaw drips out, it drips out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually attempt to get that again this week because I'm going up to have a cigar with Steve on Tuesday, and that place is
nice. That's
5 minutes from his house, like
right
not
there.
even.
Yeah, I bet.
So I'm gonna have to ask him, be like, bro, have you ever been here? And see what he says.
Yeah, my brother wasn't as impressed with the places I was, so it's not a place he really likes to go to. So like anytime if you want to head up there, I'm down.
It's right up the road too. Northside Bar and Grill. They got like 30 taps, quite the extensive bourbon list.
Was that the place you and I went to that one time, where I got the hop slams we got the hop slams for discount, which was
that same bar.
All right,
who knew we were a stone's throw away from a delicious chicken sandwich?
I know, right? Shit, yeah. I mean, the food we had there was good, though. It was nacho.
It's the novelty of the gas station chicken.
I'd love to go. Yeah. I'd love to go up there more and try some of the others, especially some of the specials that they have, because sometimes those specials look so. I've sent you
Oh yeah.
pictures of some of them where I'm like, oh,
I mean, I was sitting there just trying to take the menu in, and all of a sudden it was our turn. I was just like, oh, chicken sandwich, you know. Like there's a
yeah.
ton of people like trying to get food behind us, you know. It's like, oh, I don't know, just
Yeah.
give me a chicken sandwich. I'm
Yeah.
panicking.
That's why I said only thing I don't like about the place is it is usually really
I mean,
busy. So, but
we
what can
got
you do?
besides parking at a pump, which I hate doing if you're not getting gas. We got the last parking spot when we pulled in. Yeah, it's just like, holy shit. I mean, it says something though.
Yeah, I know. They were at one point, I believe, planning on opening like one or two more, but COVID shut that down. So I don't know if that's something they'll do down there. That would help too. Like they had another location that, like, as far as I know, they only have the one. So you know how it is. Any place that's only got one, if it's good, it's just gonna be slammed. You know, they need a couple more of them around town to really help out.
Shout out to Eureka.
I'm glad. Yeah, doing things right up there. There's going to be a Chick-fil-A up in Monroe before long. So I'm curious if they'll still do the same amount of business. Hopefully, because they're a one-off and local. I would rather 100%. 100%.
I mean, I would hope. I know Chick-fil-A's fine and dandy, but I've had the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken, and it's nowhere near as good as that one was.
Yeah, theirs have been much better. The ones the one I had anyway. I haven't had that one either. So yeah, we should just go over there and get one for the sweet and salty language.
Right on the dashboard and eat in the car like savages.
Yep, and then go get one from Eureka also.
What a road trip.
Well, it doesn't have to be the same.
What are you talking about, Brian?
I'm just trying to find excuses to get. I'm just trying to find more excuses to get more of those sandwiches. That's all.
Yeah, it was quite good. Oh, yeah. Daylight savings, man. Fuck this shit. I mean, I know it's spring forward, and I should be feeling all right. Wait, yeah, it's only 8 something, but tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm gonna feel like death.
Oh, it's not 8 something.
I mean,
it's
that's what
9:44.
my body feels like.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, it's funny because your body's probably like, hey, it's about bedtime. Meanwhile, your mind looks at the time and go, Jesus, I should have been in bed an hour ago.
My watch has already been like, bedtime, you know.
Yeah. What are you doing, dummy? Get into bed.
But I mean, I guess besides the Batman and playing Elden Ring and, freezing my balls off.
Sweet. Did you, are you close to or caught up on Our Flag Means Death?
The 3-day dropped. We watched them all yesterday.
Yeah, it was weird because it says, new episode Thursday, and I was like, oh, cool. So, I'm expecting one, and then it shows another one. I'm like, well, obviously I'll watch another one. Then it shows another one. I'm like, well, obviously I'll watch another one. And then it finally stopped. I'm like, oh, they must drop 3 at a time. I was like, well, that's fine. Which means I'm guessing there's only one more batch of episodes to drop, probably.
But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't mad at it because I really enjoy the show.
So
I gotta
say, weird. I love it.
This isn't really a spoiler, so whatever. But one of my favorite, how like shows like that always have good throwaway type jokes in them, right? One of the things I love about The Simpsons and shows like that, where they'll just have a little something in the background, and it's like, oh my god, that's funny, So when they were doing they were working on the fuckery episode, when Steed is in the all black, and the dramatic lighting on him from the coming through the grate above him, I was like, that is so funny because he's supposed to look like that pretentious drama teacher. I laughed so hard at that, and they don't do anything to draw any attention to it. They don't mention it. They don't know. And as soon as I saw him in that all black, and I just lost it. I was laughing so hard at that. I was like, that is so damn funny.
That's a great show.
It really is. Again, it's not a show necessarily that beats you over the head with funny, but there's so much stuff in it that it just is funny, quite good. Oh God, I wish I could quit I don't know what it is. About partway through here, my sinuses decided to
That's
close all
exciting
the way up.
stuff. Right?
Be awesome, yeah. It's weird because I feel like my sinuses have closed up, yet my nose is also running.
What the hell, Brian? This
I don't
sounds like
know.
bullshit to me.
I probably just need to take a hammer into my head. Oh, dude, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
This is one quick thing about Elden Ring. I'll move on from there.
Shifting gears back to Elden Ring.
Dude, like, so I'm walking around and I see this like glowing skull, and I hit the swing, the attack button, and it didn't do anything. So I'm just kicking this thing around for a while, just just for shits. I no idea what I'm doing, and then I was like, man, this has got to be something because it's a glowing skull, right? Like the skull's not going to glow if there's not something to it. Because I'd seen a couple other skulls, but they didn't glow. So finally, I ended up, swinging at it again because you can't target it with the enemy target thing. So you kind of have to manually target. And when I did, and then you hit it, and then it's like, oh, there's runes here or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, okay. I was kicking it around like it was a soccer ball.
Pele.
Yeah, around like, just working on my footy skills,
Footy.
It just cracked me up how it was a very much a Stardew Valley moment, where you're right on top of something, but you don't realize that you're right on top of, like you're like, oh, if you do this, it does this, because again, the game it tells you some things, but it doesn't tell you
it's super vague.
Other things.
And you'll find out when you're playing later, like if you're roaming the world, you'll be like, oh, what's this over here? And then all of a sudden there's like a big fucking monster out of nowhere. It's like, run!
Yeah. Right.
Know?
Yeah. There is no run button in the game, though, is there?
The circle button when you're moving, and you'll dash.
Oh, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be helpful then, because there's a couple times where that would have already been helpful.
And you can do it on horseback.
So I was just using.
It's a really gallop fast.
Oh, sweet! I can run. Oh, I thought you meant I could run on my horse. That'd be cool.
Do head spins and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm up on top of it, like I'm
also, I figured out how to do the gestures finally.
Oh yeah, I was wondering on that too.
It has all those like motions. So the thing is, like you hold down the triangle button and then you move your controller that way. And then the guy will go, do the salute or the whatever. Yeah.
Right. The one where he grabs his dick.
If they had the DX crotch chop as a motion, that'd be great.
Right. I just wish they had the gestures from Fable.
I thought you were going to say Fortnite.
No. Or to where you could just grab someone and fart on their head like you
can. About
that. Or just the one where, like, if you do it too many times, you basically shit yourself, and everyone around you gets a negative. That's especially fun once you're the king.
It's good to be the king.
Just shit your pants in public, and everyone just has to tell you how great it smells. Lest they be killed. I did that. I remember doing that one. I attacked one of the villagers because they laughed at my farting. So. How dare you? I'm over here providing serious social commentary on the political system in this town.
Oh man,
not really.
Yeah. Dude, I was busting out my flat top all weekend too. Not like my hairdo, like my electric.
Oh, I was like,
one.
What?
Like, I really need to get a propane one. Bro, I made a banging breakfast on it, and then later I fried up a bunch of peppers and onions and chopped up, like we had leftover chicken. I chopped it up and fried it up on there. We made wraps. Right. Oh, it makes me want to make cheesesteaks. Yep.
Sounds like a good move.
I mean, I got one of those big, dumb spatulas now.
Oh, you need two so you can get the full choppity chop.
Like a hibachi grill. Start spinning eggs and making onion volcanoes. What the fuck?
Sure, why not? Throwing shrimps into my mouth or whatever. That'd be fun.
Your Elden Ring character's name, Hibachi Chef.
Yeah. I wish I could remember it. I cannot remember what that was. because it's a totally made up name. So I don't. Because originally, what I was gonna do is name him after like one of the like Hall of Famer samurai
Right.
guys or something. But then I was like, I probably am not going to do that because I don't know what kind of atrocities they may have committed.
So instead, I called him Saddam.
I don't want. Yeah. So instead, I called him Saddam
Exactly.
Hitler. Yeah. Khrushchev? Uh, no, yeah, I just thought of the idea, to pull up a samurai name generator. I was like, this will work.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And
For
it did.
something as
So,
just dopey and silly as it is to name a character, I will sit there for 15 minutes and just stare at that
oh
box
yeah.
trying to think of a name.
Well, what's even funnier to me is like my dude runs around in a helmet because he's a samurai, and I'm sitting there like,
Yeah.
tweaking all the like facial shit. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like he's gonna have a helmet
Yeah,
on the
I
whole
thought
time.
that was funny when I was making, because I did the same thing with my first character. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give him scars and mismatched eyes, and this eye's a little milky, and then the whole time he's in
Yeah.
like a full armored helmet, and it's like you never see his fucking head.
Yeah. He could have the most generic face under the, he could have
It
no
doesn't
face,
matter.
honestly.
Yeah,
Not a bit. Yeah. It's not like you're making your wrestler in a video game or something where you got to get everything just
exactly.
right. Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't know. I did pay a little more attention to the face of the astrologer I made, because I'm like, he's probably wear a hood. I mean, that's how you start
Yeah.
off in, is in a hood. But who knows? He might have some
Right.
sort of full wizard face mask later. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what's going on in
I hope
this game. It's crazy.
he does get a face mask. Yeah. I feel like the way the game should work is like you should start out with stubble as a wizard, and as the game goes on, your beard
Oh
just
yeah, fair enough.
grows.
Red Dead
That
style,
way, the
right?
more powerful you get, yeah, the longer your beard is,
Oh,
the
I see what
more
you
powerful you
I
are.
see. Oh man. Although I was talking to Logan about the game. I know we're back on Elden
Yeah.
Ring. I apologize, everybody. There's one
Yeah.
thing a little point he brought up that I think is like I didn't even think about. And he said, this is like people are loving the game because it's a very successful, well done game, and it's got 0 microtransactions. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't even
Right.
think about that, because I'm so used to games having them
Yeah.
now. Which is why when
Yep.
I saw they had a digital deluxe edition, I was like, oh, cool, I might buy that because I might get extra costumes. You don't get that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's just
No.
I really like that. So the only transactions they might have is hopefully they'll have DLC of new stuff later. But
Yeah.
I like the fact that there isn't like, oh, I'm going to spend $10 and get this OP sword and just be killing things. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Seriously.
It reminds me
Me
of the good
too.
old days of
I
gaming.
hate the idea. Yeah. Well, like I said before, it's like in the games that are free or a couple bucks, I get microtransactions. You got to make money
Right.
on the game somehow. But when you're charging me $60 or $70 for it, I'm
Yeah,
like,
this feels a little rough.
I feel a little. Yeah, it's like, again, unless it's just optional stuff, like you said, like maybe it unlocks dies or does shit like that it doesn't affect. Although in this one, I don't care as much because I'm not playing directly
Yeah,
against someone.
although you can.
You know,
Yeah,
you can, but
you
I'm
can
not
get
going to.
invaded if you
Yeah,
so
but
want.
yeah, but like those are the games where it really bothers me. Is like the Call of Duties and stuff like that, or those
Duty.
kind of games. So where it's like, you're going directly against somebody, and it's like, oh, I got beat because they bought this weapon or this or that, and it's
Yes,
like this is bullshit.
100%, Brian.
I don't care for that. 100%. Yeah.
100% bullshit.
But it's cool. It is very cool though that it doesn't have microtransactions in it. And as far as I know, there's no plans
yeah,
for
I don't
them.
know.
I hope.
Oh man,
So yeah.
I bought some Country Time lemonade tea Mio because it was closed
Yeah.
out at Kroger's. I see why it was closed out. It's not good. I bought 2 bottles. That's very disappointing.
Well, here's what you do. The next time you go to make some of it, just squeeze the whole thing into the
It's
bottle.
crazy. It's gone.
Super
But
concentrate.
yeah, I like the Mios because I think our water tastes like trash. I like them at work.
Yep.
But I don't want
Well, like
the
I told you, I've
caffeine
been
ones all the time. I was really just looking for the lemonade one because it's delicious, but it was gone. It was sold out.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I usually get the was it the blueberry lemonade one? I get quite a bit. I enjoy
So
that
sad.
one. So
And I'm real sad that I bought 2 of these and it does not taste great.
the Kroger brand ones are pretty decent too. I get like the cherry limeade one, although I think that might be an energy one.
Right.
I don't remember. But I've been getting the electrolyte ones because they've got like I don't know blue and then grape
blue.
or
Yeah,
purple. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, where
I just picked some today actually.
sorry.
Dang.
Dying over here.
Jeez.
I know.
Good Lord. I really I don't have anything else. I don't know if well, I mean, we're not going to half in because we talked a lot of wrestling and
Well, okay,
Elden
fair
Ring.
enough.
So
I mean, we're not doing that bad.
little did anyone know this is now officially become an Elden Ring / W
I mean, to
wrestling
be fair,
podcast.
Brian, to be fair, we can live stream our Elden Ring experience. I can throw it on my Twitch channel and then I'll put the video up somewhere else.
Just find a GIF that says you died for me
Yeah,
and just play that the whole time because that's pretty much what it's like.
Yeah, see, we got to play so we can just see how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Um,
Because if we can help each
that would
other
be
at all,
awesome,
that'd be
wouldn't
awesome. And any help would be nice, right? It's interesting because this is one of the first games that I've gotten in a while that a variety of our friends are actively playing. Also, it sucks that you can't do a party.
I wish it was
in
cross-platform too.
Yeah. Also, because like Garrett has it, and I know, like I saw Don, our friend Don's playing it. You know, you and I have it. Jared has it, or Jared has it. Forgot who else that we talk with kind of regularly. You know, has it, but I know there's others too. A lot of people obviously are playing it, but it's just Logan, duh. You know, so there's quite a few. That's why I said it sucks you can't put like a party of 4 or 6 together because that'd be kind of fun to play.
Oh yeah.
A game like this with a group. Although I can't imagine. Can you imagine if the difficulty scaled because you have 4 people? Like the life bar would be like 2 or 3 lines, like 1 for each person, basically. Like, oh shit, how I'm gonna kill all this?
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, hopefully we can figure this out tomorrow.
Yeah, I got something to talk to you about the game, but we'll do it afterwards. We already talked enough about it, and it's a mundane thing. It's something no one's gonna give a shit about.
Enough.
So, well, I guess do you want to move to the Q of the W then?
Move over to the Q's of the Dubs. Last week we asked you, what's the dumbest hill you're ready to die on? Which I'm a fan of.
Me too.
On Instagram, our homie, pray to God, love that man, says, speaking improperly when I know I'm correct, saying typical New York shit like, "yous guys," calling a person kid no matter what their age, calling women bro, using words like irregardless. It's a good hill.
I like that. That's good. Yeah.
Steve Zero says, pineapple on pizza is poison, and I'm prepared to fight anyone who says different. It's made my marriage somewhat difficult.
100% right, though.
And then Podman Big Dev, Diamond Instagram fan Dev, says Kogel Vienna hot dogs are the only acceptable hot dog, and Werner's as a cold remedy is better than anything modern medicine has developed to date.
I agree with him, except for I also need some whiskey with that.
Whiskey and ginger ale is delicious.
Whoa.
Yeah,
whiskey
right.
and Werner's.
Right.
There is no other ginger ale in my book. Yeah. Anyone who's all about the Schweppes or any of those others, you can just fuck right off.
Under the rug, am I right?
Yep. Schweppe the leg. Nah, it's Werner's or nothing, especially if you're from this area, you know. This is why I remember a dude I used to follow on Instagram. He moved out to California, and he said one of the things he hated the most was he couldn't get like Rock and Rye, and he couldn't get Werner's out there for a long time. Yeah, because it just wasn't really available until I don't know if someone ships it to him now or whatever, but last I know of,
I
he's
mean,
able to get it now. Maybe
Detroit's
they
own
ship out there. I
Vernon,
don't know.
after all. Yeah.
Yep,
Detroit.
that's right.
Let's flip it over here to Facebook. Oh, Diamond fan Big Dev double dipping on Facebook.
Yep, that's why he's a
Diamond fan. You're 100% right. 100%. 100%.
100%. Yeah.
On Facebook, he says decimate means killing 10% of something. No more, no less.
Interesting.
I mean, he's right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the answers I have for our QoftheW this week, Brian.
Goodness. All right. So Garrett said to us in our group that the hill he's ready to die on, it's a toasted cheese sandwich, not a grilled cheese sandwich. Unless you're out in your backyard and fired up the barbecue, you're not grilling that sandwich.
Yeah, okay, I see where he's coming from.
I agree. He's not wrong.
What if it's griddled?
Listen.
Griddled.
I don't need to fight about it. I just need to put it in my face.
I'm still saying grilled cheese. It's in my blood.
He's right now. He's just raging. He just wants to kill you right now.
If I should make one on the Weber this summer. Yeah,
you should.
Done firing up some chicken and some veggies and just go out there with buttered up cheese and bread and see what's up.
Damn right.
Make an actual grilled cheese.
Actual grilled cheese. Yeah, I like it. And let's see. Of course, we got an answer from our pal Cheeto Bandito, who said, "Dumbest hill he's willing to die on. Bud Light isn't that bad." Which I believe was a counterpoint to yours, if I'm not mistaken, because yours was that Bud Light is garbage. Right. So he says, I know, but hear me out. I really enjoy other beers. I really enjoy craft beers, IPAs, etc. I enjoy the hell out of PBR. See all the smokies blowing up our ass before he's going to try to level. Boom. Yeah. But I also like to drink, in quote or parentheses, it says, this is party outdoor barbecue vacation situation, by the way, not every day, all day. Now, see, son, that's what all day's for, is to replace the Bud Light. But it says, I mean, start at 11 a.m. noonish and go until I decide I'm done. You're not a real drinker if you decide you're done. You're only a real drinker if the alcohol decides you're done. Or the wife or the police.
Now, Brian, did I tell you about, like 2 weeks ago, my buddy Mike was down in Louisville. Did I tell you about the craft beer bar he went to?
I believe you did,
okay,
but I
so
can't remember.
This craft beer bar where they had, founders and stuff from years back.
Yeah.
And he sent me a picture.
Yes.
Of a bottle of Bud Light there. Did I tell you about this? Did I talk about it on the podcast? Am I rehashing history?
I don't remember. You might. Well, go ahead. Maybe it's someone's first listen.
They charged for a bottle of Bud Light in this place the low price of $80.
That's so what it should cost. Just so you don't have to. So he continues, I can't do that with other beers. Believe me, I've tried, but I can with Bud Light. He says, now I will break up the monotony with other beers or beverages. Now, I will say this. If I'm going to have to, suck down light beers, I'm a Miller Lite guy. I'm not a Bud Light guy. Like, if I have to drink one of those, I'm going to drink Miller Lights all day. Because, I don't know. It's just, I just always was more of a Miller Lite guy.
You know me. If I'm drinking, I don't really drink light beer. Yeah.
No, I don't really either.
But
yeah.
If I'm forced to drink light beer, it's probably gonna be a Miller Lite too. Probably.
Yeah. I will say this: had we been not drinking light beers when we were at that bachelor party, I think both of us would be dead.
We're fine. It'd be all right.
No, we would have been dead. It's a good thing we were getting that water content.
It was hot.
Because it was hot. It was hot, and we were out in the sun a lot that weekend, as evidenced by, the one picture of me that I think I still have where I'm very sunburnt. Because, I walked out into the light and immediately was basically, I just immediately turned red.
Maybe I'll have to grab some random light beers from the Kroger Make Your Own 6-pack. Because Cheeto and some other, yeah, and with
Challenges.
Challenge, but it's not the first person that's asked me about all the beers, and I'm thinking about bringing it back as a YouTube thing maybe, because I don't want to pay server
I like
fees.
it. Oh,
You
no,
know?
I get you on that.
So maybe
Yeah.
he requested, about building 6-packs at Kroger's, because everyone has a Kroger's by him now. It seems like.
Yeah. Or everybody's got some sort of a build,
Yeah.
like the
So,
liquor
yeah,
stores
I don't know.
have
I
them.
mean, I might ask your assistance on that one, Brian, if you want to drink some shitty light beer with me. Right?
Twist my arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So he also has Hobie picks. And his first one is Ford trucks are trash. His second one is old school classroom curriculum, 70s, 80s, 90s, is better than anything since. Please go work with some late teen and or early 20-year-olds. Fuck.
I mean, he's 100% right. 100%.
And three, oh, wow, dude. No, three, fat girls give the best head. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You haven't had head until a fat girl has gobbled the goblin. Says, I will die on these mountains. Fair enough. I mean, there's talk, that it works both ways, that, fat guys give the best head for the ladies.
guess,
So,
right?
because, yeah, I guess, I don't know, so, I mean, whatever. I mean, you just got to appreciate the work, as long as they put some effort in.
Exactly. Gobbled the goblin.
Yep. So, yep. All right. Do you have your Q the W's pulled up or no?
2 seconds.
I was say let's go with one of yours.
I only
this
got a couple
week.
left, Brian. I got 2. So
all right, that's fine.
1, 2, A, B, top, bottom, whatever you want to pick.
C.
That doesn't count.
Dang it. Even if it was the word yes and not the letter?
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
B. Okay.
All right, B.
What song are they playing in Hell's Waiting Room? I got one for this one.
Mine is a little more based on, I think, like my personal experience, but
that should be everybody's answer, right?
Mine would be one of two songs, and I've been very vocal about them over the years, and it would either be "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion, or "Don't Want to Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith, because I heard those to death when I worked at the video store because of that loop, that preview loop that we had, and it played about every 15
that'll
minutes.
do it to you, won't it?
For a good month and a
half. Definitely do it.
And we had to have it on from noon until 9 at night.
Sounds horrible.
So, yeah. And I used to work in those days. I used to work a lot of 12 to 8 shifts. So I'm literally there the whole damn time and hearing it every 15 minutes to where I just wanted to rip my own ears off. So for me, those would probably be, there may be worse songs, but for me, I could never hear either of those songs again and die a happy man.
See, my choices are, you would think, because I've talked to you about Motley Crue guy at work, that you would think it'd be a Motley Crue
how much
song,
you love,
right? Because I hear girls, girls probably twice a day now. It does.
Yeah. Well, if it was in hell, it'd be Shout at the Devil,
true.
right?
You're right. You're right.
100%.
We have another guy that works on the line I'm on, and it's been more than once now, several times, that whatever playlist he's listening to, he
Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
that might be better. He unironically enjoys Cotton Eye Joe. Like, I went walking by and you hear, and I look over and he's like standing and he's doing this. He's like,
oh my God, he's doing the dance and stuff
like,
with it.
Oh God!
Wow.
The first time I was like, I thought it was a goof.
He's probably prepping because you never know when a hoedown's going to break out. You know,
I mean,
you got to be ready.
100%.
100%.
But like I said, first time I thought it was a goof. And then I heard it again, and then I heard it again. So I'm pretty sure Hell's Waiting Room is just Cotton Eye Joe on a loop.
Be hilarious if the dude only listened to Cotton Eye Joe.
Seems a little off, so it might be. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, listen, if it comes on, I mean, it's kind of got that funny like edge to it. like you can laugh at it once,
that's one of those songs that
but
you
after
could
that,
throw
good.
$20 in a jukebox and just put it on loop and then just walk away and watch the whole place burn down.
Brutal. Yeah. Well, not anymore.
I
You
know.
can't because a lot of times they can
It's so
just skip
annoying. I
past
want
it
to be able
now.
to torture
Yeah.
people. I want to be the
Yeah.
Batman villain
Yeah.
of the jukebox.
Right. Doing your Bane voice. This is the song you
Exactly.
deserve. uh, oh man. I have one other one, which would probably be Mambo number
Oh, that
5,
is a
because
terrible
I
song.
hate that song. I hated that song the first time I heard it, and all my hatred just got worse with
Well,
every
because it's
listening
become a
since.
wedding song now. Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Also, realistically, pretty much any song that is played like crazy at weddings, put on that list too. There's your Hell's Waiting Room playlist for me. It's just because most of those songs are so just vapid and awful.
Mm-hmm.
They're ones where they pretend like Daughters by fucking John
Right.
Mayer. I hate that song so much. It's like, because it's one of those songs where it sounds like it's trying to be all big and important, and it's like it's not. It's terrible. It's hack. It's like, well, yeah, no shit
I
that
want to go
you
to
know
a wedding
daughters
reception where it's just nothing but
mothers.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I'd see. I'd
Like, at
be in
least
for
this
that.
is
I
different.
forgot what. There was somebody I follow on Instagram that her and her husband did the Nightmare Before Christmas revisited. That was all that was played at their
Oh, that's fun.
reception, basically. I was like, see, that I can get into, because at least it's not a bunch of the chicken dance and
Right.
stuff like that. I do appreciate a buddy of my
Slide to the
nephew's
left.
that
Slide to the right.
oh,
Crisscross.
Jesus.
Fuck you. I will throw a Molotov in the middle of that dance floor.
That's why I said it's just so many of the wedding songs played at wedding receptions I hate with
they're
a
brutal,
passion.
dude.
Yeah. The buddy of my nephew's though would I don't know if he still does, but he used to DJ weddings and stuff, and he outright refused to play the chicken
That's
dance.
hilarious.
It was right there in the book, like, of songs you could pick. It was like, we absolutely will not play the chicken dance, kind of a thing. So I was like, yeah, I was like, that's the hero this town needs. Yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh man, you sound just like that guy from Saliva or Nickelback.
793.
Nah, that wasn't that cumbersome.
Yeah, that's the only song of theirs I know. So
There's
something
one
about
more,
the
but I
river,
can't remember it.
about
They only, yeah, yep. It's like the Water's Edge or something like that. And it's like a meta concert. Who knew I was going to see Saliva, Nickelback, and Seven Mary 3 tonight? Crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, I did enjoy some 7 all two of those songs.
Yeah. Right. If I dig
good stuff. I wonder if they're still doing stuff.
Probably. Why not? A lot of those 90s bands are touring
right?
together. I've seen a lot of that. Like those ones that were never real big, but big enough, and they're touring with other bands that were similar.
The official website of 7 Mary 3, Brian. What's going on? Hello out there. It's been a while. There are no plans for live dates. We're sitting on a ton of music. Okay. We plan to post music throughout 2022. It'll be free to start and begin charging a nominal fee.
Nominal fee, $2,000. Or if it's going to be like Kanye with that thing where you have to buy the $200 player or whatever to hear it.
Okay, then. I could join their newsletter. Ooh. I'm going to their Instagram.
It's like, sign up and we'll page you when new albums come out. Wait a minute.
Oh, they only have 6 posts on their Instagram, and they only have 753 followers. We've got more followers than they do.
Man, that's pretty sad.
Come on, 7 Mary 3. Come on.
What do you do?
All right, that's enough 90s rock or whatever.
Sure. Rock.
I want to rock. So yeah, for next week, y'all just let us know what music is playing in Hell's Waiting Room.
Show me what you got.
Boom. Mic drop.
Although, wouldn't it be cool if, like, you get to Hell's Waiting Room and it's just like the best music?
Just
It's just a
like,
Sabbath and shit like that.
Playlist.
Yeah, Devil's like, right? He's like, follow my
Follow
Spotify.
my Spotify. Like, hell yeah, Devil. You the best.
Yo, can I get the Wi-Fi password? Oh, there's no Wi-Fi down here.
At least not for you.
Yeah.
You just look, it's just, got the little padlock on it.
Yeah.
Like, can I get the password for this?
Oh, no, here's what it is. No, you're like, yo, can I get the Wi-Fi password? And he's like, not until you're let in, basically, because, it's not for guests, it's for,
For
residents.
Sure. Can't just be sitting out here using our bandwidth.
Yeah.
Pay for that shit.
Tired of people leeching off of me. Wi-Fi doesn't grow on trees.
Love it.
Just love it. Just love this. Satan is so petty about his Wi-Fi and shit like that.
Better not be streaming over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Sorry, we had to lock the Wi-Fi. We had a bunch of people just, downloading porn while they were waiting.
Bullshit, guys.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta pay for that. That'd be funny. He's tied into like a really bad Wi-Fi plan, or an internet plan. Yeah. It's like, I don't have fucking unlimited.
My grandfather knows bullshit.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get a Verizon guy down here?
AT&T's everywhere, though.
Yes. Oh, man.
Nobody wants that.
Oh, God, this stuff does not taste good. Pretty sure I'm just going to end up buying new bottles of stuff.
Yeah. Just take it back and tell them that it went bad.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Like, this tastes like hot garbage. Like, can I get anything else?
Somebody pissed in this.
They're like, yeah, we see that. Like, that's the brand on it. It's right there on the front. You look, and oddly enough, it does say
like,
that.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize I got Mio piss flavor.
Arnold Palmer's piss? What? Damn it. I just meant to get the Arnold Palmer, not the Arnold Palmer's piss, but that's
like a tongue
not
twister.
easy to say.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man, I don't know. It's getting a little crispy up here. I don't have my heater. Sad face.
Crispy? What are you talking about? It's a balmy 36 degrees outside.
Sounds lovely. I guess you're right.
Yeah. Time to go run around outside for a while.
I know, right?
Soon. Oh, one last thing before we
What you got?
bounce out of here. Did you see the Obi-Wan teaser?
I saw the little blue pop up on my phone that it was out, and I never got a chance to watch it.
Sweet Jeebus.
Yeah, I know.
Man, like they showed like the Inquisitors, which I don't. Did you watch?
I'm familiar because of video games,
which,
but I'm not sure which series those are from. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from Rebels. I can't remember now. Yeah, I feel like it's Rebels. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's from one of the animated series. Anyway, yeah, so they showed those, for the first time, including like the one dude's walking toward a dude, and you can see he's got the like rotating lightsaber type thing, which is pretty dope. And yeah, and then there's, there was a poster reveal where it's like the first look-see at Vader.
Oh, nice. I'm curious to see what he looks like.
All right, so before we get to the series of this, like, let's call it now. How many episodes in before we see Vader for the first time, you think? I feel like we're going to hear him, but not see him, because I feel like the Inquisitors at some point will have to check in, because the Inquisitors report directly to Vader.
It's probably maybe like 3.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere near the halfway point. I don't know how many episodes the season is, but I was thinking like 4, somewhere in that range. Because you know how Disney likes to not show people in the suit until like the second half of the show, basically. That's kind of what I was feeling like, is we're not going to get. Also, I'm curious to see if there's going to be like flashbacks, where we see Hayden Christensen as Anakin type stuff, or if he's only Vader
I'm just
in
impressed
this.
they got him to come back.
I think it's cool. I dig that show. Oh, not just him, but Ewan McGregor too. I mean, he took a lot of shit for those prequels too.
But with Ewan McGregor, people were like, "That's Obi-Wan." With Hayden Christensen, people were like, "Man, fuck that guy! I can't believe he's Vader."
That's true. That's fair. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but because I just read something the other day where Ewan McGregor was talking about how he took a lot of shit for the prequels too, basically, and and I was like, well, hopefully this will help kind of smooth that over a little bit. Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably won't.
Yeah, I agree.
But, yeah. I'm very curious to see, it's the Inquisitors in the cartoon are like, they're fucking badass. I mean, they are relentless, It's similar to like Thrawn, and that you almost never really feel like they're going to be rid of them, Like the whole time you're just like, geez, it almost feels like an insurmountable enemy.
Right.
And then there's going to be Vader,
and then
it's going to be like in the Jedi Fallen Order or whatever, where you're like, yeah, I beat the game. Fuck yeah. And then it's like, Vader shows up. And you're like, fuck.
100%. God damn it. I got to get that out of my system by the time next show comes around.
Oh, the name of the show is 100% for sure. It was going to be Nimble Like a Bearcat, but that's right out.
I have no idea why that became part of my vernacular all of a sudden.
I don't know, but man, you have driven it into the ground, stomped it, shot it, pissed on it. Somehow revived it as one of the Tarnished, and then killed it again.
Oh man, good 100%. Lord.
All right, well, let's wrap this shit up, I guess. Oh, okay. Head on over to saltylanguage.com. Check out all the past episodes and the links to this. There probably won't be very many links for this week, actually. So, actually, there may not be any. I don't have any links for this. Well, I have about the Scott Hall and Big E, if anyone wants to read those.
Obi-Wan trailer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that, too. So, yeah, for anyone, if you haven't seen it, because you've lived under a rock like Tony. 100%. 100%. Yep. Got time to go watch the Batman, but no time to watch the Obi-Wan trailer that's only like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
All that Batman watching took up all your free time.
True. That turned into with the parking lot that we drove through, and it turned into a long day today of just trying to see a movie.
Yeah, I bet it did. Yeah, 100%. I'm sure it did. While you're on saltylanguage.com, you can find the link to the network that we're part of.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Tangentbound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows over there. And if you're looking to start a show, hit them up and see if they may be able to help you get going a little bit. And of course, if you talk to Mark, gotta tell him Tony misses him. 100% misses him. 110%. Whoa. That's impossible. You can't do something 110%. Oh, man. If you want to reach out to us on the socials, first of all our social media links are on the website, but you can reach out to us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Stunami. You can find me
on Instagram at The Monotony. And you can also find me on Twitch TV. Not this week, though. I didn't do shit on Twitch this week. But twitch.tv/damndirtyape. Salty Languages, of course. Salty Language Pod if you're watching a video. Smash the like. Mush the subscribe. Click that little bell. And we're Salty Language on TikToker as well.
Yeah. The TikToks, if you will.
What the kids are doing, the TikToks.
Yeah. All of Tony's dance videos are available there.
Yeah, exactly. I should.
Yep. That's what you need to do. You need like one of those Just Dance or Dance Dance Revolution type games.
I used to play that on the Kinect a lot because
yeah,
I had fun playing that game. I'll be honest.
Actually, what you need is you just need a video of you playing the Beat Saber game with no context, like no audio. It's just a video of you playing.
No video to screen either. It's just me standing in a room swinging controllers.
Yeah. Or better yet, you pick a totally different song to put to it. Like so it looks like you're conducting some classical music or something, Anyway, yeah. You can find all of our stuff there and whatever if you want to talk to us outside the show. Also, check out my other podcast, The Crazy Life. I never plug it enough on this show. And with me and friends Jen and Heno. Speaking of, happy birthday to Heno. His birthday was today? Yesterday? I don't remember. I'm so bad about this. I think it was yesterday, too. But either way, happy birthday to Heno. And
I don't know where he found that fountain of youth, but, he's doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's 100%. So, yeah, check out that show. We talk about mental health and our struggles with between the three of us, the struggles with addiction, recovery, bipolar, anxiety, depression, that kind of stuff. So, and then we also talk about, all the good stuff. Yeah. Well, we do try to not make it light. Serious. Yeah. Because
100%, Brian.
It's 100%. It's already a heavy enough topic, So, all right. So I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty. 100% salty.
100% salty.
Second Fortune says, a fair face may fade, but a beautiful soul lasts forever with your dick out.
Oh, my. Well, we're 100% out of here.